Hi everybody, this is Tim Hughes here. I'm the CEO and co-founder of DLA Ignite. I'm going to talk you through today our new proposition, which is called Social HR. This is about social for the Human Resources Department. Let's take a step back though for a moment and actually think about how we got here. So Adam Gray, Alex Lowe and myself, we started the business something like 3 years ago. And we came to the market with a vision, which is that social media is the transformational technology of the now. It's changing both the way that we work and it's changing also society. And so already it's changing the way that we work. We're now using social, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're using these as a way of a means of actually communicating with people. Why are we doing that? Because social media is a frictionless way of connecting with people and communicating with people. And ever since we started off on the Serengeti, we'd wake up in the morning and we realized that if we communicated with our colleagues on the Serengeti, we had a better chance of actually living the day and not being eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. So social media has changed the world. It has changed the way that we do business, and we can see that in our social selling programs. You know, we're getting clients that are getting increasing their incremental revenue by 30% and cutting their sales cycle by 40%. You know, these are things that all CEOs and sales leaders want to get their hands on. And so what we did is, as soon as we got to the point where we found our social selling program was both repeatable and predictable in organizations, we set about building the social HR program. Why do we do that? Well, it is our belief that social is, as I say, transforming the whole of the enterprise. Every single department can be transformed, from sales to human resources to finance to procurement to customer service to marketing. Each of these departments can actually be transformed with social. So how do we go about with social HR? Well, what we did was that we actually found a person who was an HR professional, and we gave them we asked them to do something, which is rethink the human resources departments for the modern age. So how can you actually do human resources with social today? Now, traditionally what people have done is that if you go into most companies, they'll say, yeah, we're already doing social with human resources. We put out some job ads on Twitter. We may be doing some employee advocacy. We may be using LinkedIn ads. That's not what we mean. Employee advocacy is something else. LinkedIn ads are not social. Advertising is advertising. It's not social. This is about using social media proactively within the human resources department to actually change the way that you work. We believe that you can actually strip out cost, and we believe that you can increase your efficiency, just like we've done within the sales department. So let's go into this into a little bit more detail. So social enables us to actually connect people. We all are able to actually create our own networks, and certainly with across the whole of the enterprise, everybody should actually be creating their own network. People in HR need to be connecting with people, not just within human resources and their peers across the network, but also they need to be connecting with employees, future employees, people who are influencers on the market. And because they're actually making that connection, what they're able to do is reach out further in terms of their ability to provide HR, not just internally, but externalize the HR process, externalize the culture. If we take the example of, say, organizations like Apple, Facebook, Google, everybody wants to work there. But actually trying to get a job there is actually supposed to be quite difficult. You've got to fill in lots of forms and you've got to have lots of interviews, but everybody wants to work there because you eat jelly beans and sit on beanbags. And what they've been able to do is take their culture and put it out externally on social. And these are some of the things that businesses need to do today. So the important thing is to build that network that enables you to get access to talent. And we actually think that you, as an employer, you should actually become the employer of choice for people, because what will happen is that people will see your culture and they will want to join you. Social also provides you with the ability to collaborate across the business, internally, and collaborate externally. So internally, we'll talk about this in a bit, is about how you can use products like Slack, Teams, Oracle Social Network, Chatter from Salesforce, all of these products to enable you to actually collaborate across teams and actually strip out cost and increase efficiency. It also enables you to not just connect with each other, but also form communities. These communities could help you in terms of the way that you sell or buy or get hold of talent. It's about you presenting yourselves out there in the marketplace. And there's always been this requirement from HR to move from, in effect, a cost center to a profit center, or even a non-for-profit center, and actually get HR to move from the back office to the front office and actually be seen as driving the business forward, and driving the business in terms of the talent, the community, and the way that you communicate with the outside world. We'll talk a little bit also about networks and how you can create learning within the organization as well. So this is the program. It's a 5-day session. Each of these sessions are a day long. And first and foremost, we wouldn't run this in a 5-day stint. There's an awful lot to take in, and we would expect there to be this interim exercise and tutorial taking place between each of the sessions to allow time for the students to actually absorb, to be able to be coached, to be able to actually implement the changes they need to take place. First session is about the social HR professional. It's about HR professionals understanding what it's like, or what it needs to be to work in a social environment. The social age is upon us, and what we need to look at as HR professionals is our own both passive and active social profiles. Your customers, your prospects, your employees, your investors are looking for experts. They're looking for organizations that they can trust. And the way that they do that is that they do it on social media. And this is about making sure that your customers, your prospects, your employees, your alumni, your investors jump to the conclusion that you are the right organization for them to come and work for, to invest in, etc., etc. We then look at social talent, which is in effect looking about how you can access talent across social networks. This is not about sticking job ads on Twitter. This is about activating both the people within HR and the employees as well to enable you to get access to talent. This could be across LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. To give you an example, we have an organization in North America that is using social as a way of getting recruitment. And what they found was that when they placed videos about the jobs on Facebook, the person would, a user seeing that, if they knew somebody was actually looking for that role, in effect what they would do is pick that video up and give that to somebody and say, here is a role that I've seen, this may be of interest to you. Now, you only get that if you activate your employee networks, and they can actually be seen across the internet. What this organization has been able to do is strip out cost in terms of adverts for jobs and also recruitment as well. Social learning, this is where we enable you to create a social learning platform across the organization for both yourselves and the employees, to enable them to get access to learning through social and getting that, in effect, providing that ability for them to upskill and enhance their jobs at the same time. We then talk about the employee experience. This is where employees are using social on a day-to-day perspective internally as a way of collaborating. It could be a way of about supporting returners. It could be about getting employees to contribute faster. It could be about getting salespeople to contribute faster. If you look at research from McKinsey, they reckon that certainly if you're using social internally, you would expect an efficiency saving of something like 20 or 25%. So in effect, that's equivalent of another 25% of your employees in terms of that efficiency loading. And finally, it's about the employer branding. It's about understanding how the business can take can use social as a way, as a platform to take itself and put that out. This isn't about selling. It's not about marketing, though to a certain extent it is. What you're doing is that you're putting the business and the brand out there to actually attract talent, to make sure that you're supporting the existing employees that you've got. You know, there is a view that happy employees will create happy customers. Happy customers will create happy employees. This employee branding session is essential for any organization that's embarking on any customer experience project. It's about making sure that the clients actually have a mechanism to report back to the business. We often, you know, when you sell things, they can go wrong. People generally take to social media to complain. And what this provides the organization is an ability to actually pick up on those complaints and actually do something about them. Maybe put them back into the research and development program. But it's about branding the employer out there to enable all of the HR set of processes. Let's take these one at a time. I've given you quite a high-level summary of those 5 steps. This is a social HR professional. As I say, this is about the first day where you will understand how to leverage social, how to have a both active and passive profile within social, how you can set up your profile that people will come to you. You may get people coming to you with asking to work for your organization. And this is also about the first step in about building confidence and capability as a social user as you move on through the program. There's quite a lot of homework to do on this, and there's also a piece of work at the end as well. The next part of the program is about social talent. This is about looking at the technology and using social as a way of reaching that talent that you're not getting at the moment. As I say, it's about externalizing your culture, getting people to want to work for you, getting people, activating your employees, activating the people within HR, so you're getting to the talent first of all. It may be that you're actually advertising for a role, but there's somebody whose brother, father, brother-in-law, son could actually do that role. And by activating your network, what you're going to do is you're going to get access to that network, access to that talent far quicker. It also means that you won't be needing to spend as much money on advertising. Again, this is about looking at the key platforms. It's about looking at the tactics that you can use. And it's about connecting your talent across the organization, not just about understanding the talent within your business, but the talent that is out there. And you should be looking at ways of reducing cost in advertising, reducing cost in recruitment consultants, and you should be looking at this as creating a policy of retention within your organization. So we're talking to organizations at the moment that can't get access to the talent quick enough. By the time they get to it, it's gone. And how to use social to actually keep hold of that talent as well. The next section is about social learning, and it's about developing a platform for the employees across the business. how they can create and develop a PLN, how they can actually develop a personal professional development plan that enables them to get at the various tools that they're out there on social. How can they build a plan so you have this ongoing process of all your employees are taking along, they're given the right tools that they need, they're given the right learning paths that they need, and this is also about if you train people, what will happen is that you're more likely to retain those people, and a better, more skilled workforce is going to give you more back. If you put it, what you put in, you'll get back. There's also about the employee experience. This is about understanding how to log into maybe the alumni of the organization, how to use community tools to get people to engage with each other. So I've seen, for example, social used as a way of supporting new starters. New starters can quite often be confused in the way that they join an organization. What they're looking for is help. They're looking for buddies that maybe can help them. And the thing with the buddy program is it's one-to-one, but if you put it on social, what you can do is you can have a one-to-many buddy program or a many-to-one program. So for example, we created in the past, we created a channel for new starters. Nobody that had been with the company for more than a year were allowed to join. This was a channel that was set up deliberately for people that were new to the business, to help people who were new to the business find their way around and create shortcuts. We create up channels for returners. Regardless of how much effort that you put into the maternity process to make sure that the returners are kept informed and kept up to date, quite often when they're put on projects, that takes a lot of time for them to actually start contributing. And what we did is that we put in processes around social that enabled returners to contribute much faster. Getting salespeople to contribute faster. Again, that's about getting them to understand and work around some of the problems that they may have. Work with maybe buddies and mentors. Again, it's about making sure that salespeople are contributing faster. That in itself is a business case for you as a company. Employee branding. This is about not just about selling or marketing. This is about you as an organization putting yourself out there, and that brings together the strands of how to have the right talent, how to become the employer of choice, how to have a HR actually being connected to the brand and actually providing it being a catalyst to the brand, and also making sure that you're activating all of the employees across the business, not just to enhance them in terms of talent and visibility and getting them to be happy in the way they work and to be happily retained, but also about putting the brand out there and showing that out into the market. And that will have an impact in terms of the amount of inbound or inbound opportunities the business will have. Between each of the sessions, we have an interim development, which is a homework in effect to create a LinkedIn profile, developing talent pools, developing a PLN and the practice around that, creating employee communities, and also creating an employer branding toolkit. These are all things that we will help you with, guide you with, mentor you with, and things that you'll be able to take back to your business and actually start implementing. We believe it's really important to have those things because we all know that knowing and doing are two different things. We also know that there's been so many courses that people have gone on where they go on the course, they listen to all of the wonderful words that are said, they go back to their desk and they carry on doing things exactly the same. And what we're doing with this is that we're making sure that we're getting the mindset change and also the habit change within the process. So each organization will have through this learning process, will have the change built in to enable them to actually transform their human resources, their HR department. So just to recap, these are the 5 sessions that we'll be running: social HR professionals, social talent, social learning, employee experience, and employee branding. Each a day session, and then we have the interim exercise and tutorial between each of those ones. So what are the benefits? We think that it will make human resources more visible and credible, both internally and externally. It will raise the visibility of HR, certainly within the organization and at board level. It connects all of the different business and outcomes. We've always wanted to be a business partner within HR, and this allows us to raise that competency level within the business, connecting to organizations or parts of the business outside. Influencers, connecting with alumni, connecting with talent pools. It's not just in today's society, it's not just a company with a brick wall around it. What we have is that we have people that are contacts outside of the 4 walls of the office, and we're probably in a company as well, which is across multiple countries. We may even be working with partners and resellers, and we need to reach out and we need to work with them as well. So HR becomes this business partner. It empowers and energizes. We activate the people. We improve the employee experience. We get people contributing faster. We reduce cost in terms of the cost of recruitment. And what we do is that we make sure that the brand of the organization is enhanced through the activated employees. So that gives you some idea of the benefits. One of the questions that we quite often get asked is around employee advocacy. This isn't employee advocacy. We do have an employee advocacy program. Employee advocacy generally is where you activate the employees to distribute content usually built by the marketing department. While this could be part of an employee advocacy program, this is actually more deeper than this. This is about re-looking at HR in the social age. It's about activating the people within HR to understand social, getting the right talent, creating learning profiles, increasing the employee experience, both internally and externally, and then looking at the employee branding. It's very different from an employee advocacy program. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Just to remind you, my name is Tim Hughes. I'm the CEO and co-founder. If you are interested in this program or you want any more information, then please contact me, Tim Hughes. Please contact my co-founders, as in Alex Lowe and Adam Gray. We're available on LinkedIn, or if you want our email addresses, mine is tim@dlaignite.com. Alex is alexander@dlaignite.com, and Adams is adam@dlaignite.com. We'd love you to get in touch with us. We'd love you to give your feedback, whether you think it's great, whether you think it's bad, or even how you think we could enhance it. Love for you to get in contact, and love for you to talk to us further. Thank you very much.